All right, so this is number 8 on quad 8. And this is one of those min-max kind of problems. If a car dealership sets the price of their cars at $28,000, they will sell 54 cars. Every time they drop the price by $720, they will sell 2 more cars. What should the price of the cars be set to maximize their sales? So first thing you want to do is think about, well, what's happening right now? Well, right now they're selling 54 cars, and they're selling them for $28,000. So that's how much revenue they're making right now. All right, so they're selling 54 cars at $28,000. So this parentheses is going to be number of cars, and this parentheses is going to be how much they sell it for. So you always want to declare your variables. So I'm going to say X is going to be the number of price increases, and Y is going to be my total revenue. So on these min-max problems where it's talking about revenue, this is always going to be what you're going to set your X and Y to. Sometimes it'll be price decreases, but in this case, it's a price increase. All right, so right now, this would be Y, right? My total revenue would be 54 times 28. That's what's happening right now today. But they're thinking about changing that. So if you go back to the problem, you can see what they're thinking about doing. They're thinking about dropping the price. I'm sorry. So let's make that price decreases. Let's change that. Sorry. So they're thinking about dropping the price by $720. And when they do that, 2 more cars will be sold. All right. So they're thinking about dropping their price by $720. But we don't know how many times they're going to drop their price. Maybe they're going to drop it once, twice, 3 times. We don't know that. So we're going to have to put an X there. And every time they do that, they're going to sell 2 more cars. But again, since we don't know how many times they're going to drop their price, they might sell 2 cars, they might sell 4 more cars, they might sell 6 more cars. We don't know because that is our variable. How many times are they going to drop their price? So now we have an equation that we can go ahead and put into our calculator. Now, you could multiply this out and you could you could use, minus b over 2a and find the maximum and do it that way. But I think in this case, it's much easier to graph it. So let me go to the graphing calculator. Let's go to our y editor and put this in. 54 plus 2x. Whoops. Oh, sorry. Let me try this again. 54 plus 2x. And that's going to be times 28,000 minus 720x. All right, and now we have to find a nice window, and that's usually kind of the trickiest part of all of this. So let's graph it and see where we're at right now. All right, well, we don't really see anything. So let's see, in my x's, let's change my window. Let's go from 0, since it's a word problem, I'm going to start at 0, and I don't know, let's try going to 50. And on my y's, I'm going to have to go a lot. So I'm going to start at 0, and let's just go up to it's what, 1, 2, 3, let's try that. Oops, graph. All right, so that looks like a pretty good graph. All right, and again, if you're transferring this to paper, you're going to want to write in words what your x-axis is, what your y-axis is, and you want to write down what you set your window to. But now what we're interested in finding is the maximum point. So I'm going to go to second trace. I want to find the maximum, so I'm going to go to 4. It says left bound, so I'm going to put my cursor to the left of that vertex, anywhere to the left, and hit enter. And then it says right bound, so now I'm going to put my cursor to the right of that vertex and hit enter. And then it says guess, so I'm going to hit enter again. And now this tells me that x equals, we'll round that to 6. So x equals 6, which means they're going to have 6 price increases. And when they do that, the revenue will be 1562884.4. So that is what my y value will be. So now let's go back and find out, well, what question did they ask me? Because I don't remember that anymore. So they said, what should the price of the cars be set at? Well, I'm going to do 6 price increases because my X was 6. But remember, every price increase was $720. So, oh, I'm sorry, that's not true. My yeah, $720. I'm sorry, my price decreases. So 720 times 6 is $4,320. So that's how much I'm going to decrease my car by. So 28,000 minus 4,320. So I should sell my cars, let's see, for 23,680. Because remember, this was the parentheses that we said was equal to money. So if I want to figure out how much they should charge, I need to put that 6 in here for X and then solve that part of the parentheses. If I wanted to find out how many cars they sold, I would put X into this parentheses and that would tell me how many cars they sold. But in this case, they asked me how much should they sell the cars for, so 23,680.